It's frame 122 of Gutterball. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, all that jazz. You want to get a Gutterball, the best way to get a hold of us, the Instagram or the business Gmail. All that can be found in the link in the description below. Take a peek. Get on Gutterball. We want to hear from you. The Halloween special is coming real soon, October 31st. Get ready. Drinks, costumes, friends, happiness, fun, spooks. There's gonna be some Paul. There's gonna be some spooks, right? Did you order the spooks or should I get the spooks? Who's getting? We haven't coordinated who's doing the spooks. I might be doing the spooking. Paul's doing some spooking.
My
There's
my
gonna be spooks.
my
Um,
costume isn't spooky this year. It's funny. It's funnier than it is spooky. I guess it could be seen as spooky. No, I have to say this, Ruby. I really had to hold myself back this year.
uh-huh.
This costume, once you see it, I could have went so far with props. And I got a
Mhm.
couple props, but I could have went. I just was like, I
Yeah.
need to stop spending money. Like, I
Every
have to
year,
stop.
it's really great that you and other people around me stop me from going full blackface. Because every year it's like, that's the year. I'm doing it. I'm going as Bojangles this year, but everyone's like, you can't do that.
That's
So
horrible and
maybe
in
next
bad
year,
taste.
maybe I'll cycle back to
See, what
that.
I don't like though is like, what if I wanted to, what if I wanted to go as a mime? Is that whiteface? Like that's what I'm kind of like guilty because of that. Like if I dress up as a mime, I can't even do that now. I might get fucking acid splashed in public.
I'm gonna pretend like I have a penis, like I'm a man. So I'm gonna reverse trans. Just kidding. For the record, I do have a penis. Write that down. Put that in the description, Paul. Make sure that's clear. Actually, put it in the title so people
Oh,
know.
and this is my
But
co-host
anyway, Paul,
Ruby. He has a penis. That's every time. The
he,
intro.
she, he has a penis.
Oh, sorry, she.
Anyway, Paul, what's popping? What's new in your world? What's up? What's up besides the costume and the props? Is housework?
Honestly, housework, which we'll talk about
Housework.
later, and work, and that's really it. How about you?
Busy, busy, busy. Starting a new job, doing that full-time job and whatnot. I just got back from like a not even 5 day, a 4 day stint in the cities. So that's a little longer, a little long time. Did some things in there. Tired, just really, really tired. I feel like it's been go, go, go. I haven't even been like my room's like a mess. I really got to clean this weekend because I've just been staying at my girlfriend's house like just every day pretty much.
Yeah.
Tonight I'm staying here though because I want to, but yeah, when I come back to a dirty room, it's like, oh, I really gotta clean this. Once I clean this, it's never gonna get dirty again. I'm not even here, so I'm a little stressed about that. But other than that, we're going great, positive, feeling great. But I really haven't recovered from the Joker rape. I still can't get it out of my head. They are the Joker, Paul.
I think you should clean your room.
Sure,
Because you
why?
probably should. No,
Rape the Joker.
no,
Rape the Joker.
you probably should though. Just carve out like half a day, even probably like a few hours, and just get the room done. Just like
You know,
what helps me the best, Ruby, with shit I put off is just writing it down on a list. Because there's and no, not digitally. Don't get me wrong. I'm all about saving the trees around here and environment, but
you.
something about writing something down on a list and crossing it off when it's done, it's like a dopamine rush. It's so nice. Doing
I
it on
get
the
my
phone,
dopamine
I
from
don't get
crack,
that.
so it's
Yeah,
not.
everybody
I cross
gets.
things off list, Paul. I shoot up in dark alleys with dark people. All right, dark people. You want to go in the room with dark? No. What I'm tempted to do, and there's stuff on my desk that I care about. I'm tempted to do a sweep into a trash can and just tie it up and throw it away and not forget. Just not even pay attention to what I
All
have.
your
Just
stuff, your
all my
keyboard, your
stuff.
mouse, your keyboard,
Literally, I'm about to
mouse,
do that.
everything.
I'm gonna clean house. That's the fastest way. Or I'm gonna get one of those leaf blowers all over the place, blow it all over. I just need to clean my desk off. But anyway, doing great, Paul.
You know what I'm
Let's.
excited to clean?
Mm,
This is what I'm excited. I'm not going to show you what I'm excited to clean, but I'm going to show you what I'm going to clean it with. So, as you know, I have the handgun, the Sig Sauer, and I plan on going shooting this weekend. You'll be going with, and I haven't cleaned the gun since I got it, and I've only shot it 2 different sessions. I maybe a few hundred rounds through it. Now, I know everybody out there's like, you should have cleaned it immediately after you shot it. Whatever. I didn't have a cleaning kit at the time, but I bought one with a bore snake and everything for a 9mm, and it can even do some other guns. And this kit took forever to get here. It was really cheap, but it took forever to get here. And then I open it, and there's a card in there, and it's like, we're so sorry if there was any delay. We are a Ukrainian company that's relocating to the United States. Ever since the war started in Russia, like our production hasn't been as good. And I'm like, shit, now I feel bad. But at least I know I'm supporting a company, you
Ever
know.
since, ever since the war, the production has been low. Also, free Palestine. That'd be so. I don't know why it'd be so funny if they put it at the bottom. No, they don't. They don't give a fuck about them. Well, let's knock this out of the way, Paul. Let's give her the song of the week. What are you vibing to this week, Paul? You got a song for us this week? What are you listening to? Anything?
So I'm gonna go through 3 songs, but only one of them is the song of the week. The other 2 are just songs that like I completely forgot about and for some reason shuffled for me in a row. Um, First song, my song of the week, Dukes of Hazzard by Riff Raff.
Hmm.
I love that song. It's got a good beat, good lyrics, and funny story about that song. And I probably mentioned it when I got my wisdom teeth out. Destiny said that I was singing Dukes of Hazzard in the
That's
chair
awesome.
after. I was
Yeah.
like, Robin Ways in the back of my jeans, in the back of
Yeah,
my
right.
limousine. Yeah, and I just was like, and I was like, really? Like I was singing that song, but I don't know. I just really like that song, and I listened to it. It's been a while, and it's a good Riff Raff song. So check out Dukes of Hazzard by Riff Raff. But I was driving Destiny to Menards last night, and I rarely do this, but I just went to my punk playlist and just hit shuffle. But I shuffled songs that I think you can like shuffle it to include songs that aren't on your playlist but are like
I
similar.
know. Yeah, smart
And
shuffle.
yeah, and so it plays She Hates Me by Puddle of Mud. And I'm like, oh, I forgot about this song. Like it's been
Mhm.
so long since I've listened to She Hates Me. And I'm like, okay, this is good. And then the next song that shuffles is by The Offspring called My Friend's Got a Girlfriend. I'm like, what is the world trying to tell me right now? That my girlfriend is just a piece of shit or something? Like,
Man's got a girlfriend. He hates that bitch. I love
yeah,
that.
yeah,
That's good shit.
yeah. And I was just like, Destiny like looks over at me and I'm like, I didn't know. Like,
The next song is fucking El Paso by Marty Robbins, song about killing your girlfriend.
yeah.
I don't know why it'd be so funny.
But that's what I got for song of
Mixed
the week.
mixed signals, mixed signals. Well, Paul, check out all those songs, Puddle Mud, Offspring Classic. I was listening to Offspring today. I just found out that that lead singer is like has like a doctorate and like a
Oh,
nuclear
really?
physicist too. Yeah, he's like
That
he has
doesn't
like
surprise me. That dude
yeah,
seems very smart.
he's like an actual like genius. Like he has like a doctorate and then like a nuclear physicist degree or something, and then he's also the lead singer of Offspring. Anyway, um, my song of the week, go listen to Rush. Go listen to Rush. That's always what I'm gonna recommend. But I'm just gonna knock this out because I went and saw a concert. It's part of the reason why I went to the cities. The long-awaited Grade A 2024. I caught the last. It was the second to last show at the end of the tour. Suicide Boys, Puya, Denzel Curry, X Stacy, Harper, Shakewell was there. So I caught them. Went to the Target Center again. This is my 7th time seeing the boys. And whatnot. Show's good, Paul. They put on a good performance. The stage. Okay, first of all, the amount of drunk, passed out, throwing up high school kids was fucking insane. Where it makes me definitely, I'm not going to be returning to Grade A ever again. There was like 16-year-olds throwing up all over the place. I have never seen so many people in a concert venue throw up and had to get taken out. So many people I've never seen
Was
at
somebody
the Target
spike
Center.
something with Epicac or something? Why is
No,
everybody
because
vomiting?
Paul, all these kids are 15 and they get drunk at their first concert and they can't handle the alcohol. I'm not exaggerating when I saw at least 8 people throw up, and I saw at least, no exaggeration, 20 plus people get kicked out while I was
Wow.
there for being fucking assholes and shit. While we were walking in, like 5 people were getting escorted out.
Wow.
Terrible crowd. I fucking hate it. I will never go to a Suicide Boys show again. That's the last time.
Is
It was
it?
just fucking. This was the last time.
So for
Yes,
me,
it is. For $200, I
yeah,
would have
that's
just had. I would
expensive.
have let Screaming Ruby piss in my mouth. That's just what it could have done
Yeah,
instead.
I've seen them 3 times. Each time I've seen them, they, as an act, in my opinion, have gotten progressively worse. Now, I think it's also because when I've seen them, our stops were usually later in the tour, so it's like maybe catching them at the beginning is probably better. But the crowds got progressively worse, similar to how bad Puya's crowd was. Like that
Uh-huh.
crowd was the worst crowd, and I saw Suicide Boys going that way, and it sounds somewhat similar. Which just got all these young kids, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with
Yeah,
young kids going to concerts, but maybe Suicide Boys will do an 18 plus show at some point, and it'll make things a little
they
better.
won't.
You know,
They won't. They
they
won't.
won't because they want that
But
money.
yeah, they do want that money. Really, I mean, I was fucking up the mosh pits and open them. People don't know how to mosh properly and stuff. The Black Dahlia pits are a lot better. So shows were good. Everyone had a great act.
Metal
Puya was the
shows
best.
always just have better
Puya,
pits.
Puya was fun. By the way, when I go to a concert now, I sing every lyric. So I was like vibing with D in the back, kind of, but in the middle, like, and I don't care. I'll jump around. I don't care if you're at a concert. Like, I'm singing every lyric. It's for me. I don't give a fuck about these people around me. And it seemed like people were annoyed around me, and I'm like, fuck you gonna do about it? Kind of. It's like we're at a concert, we're having fun. Get to go fucking step somewhere else. Um, yeah, I'm trying to hit all the good major points. I want to run through this quick. There's not a lot to say, except for don't go see the Suicide Boys. Don't spend $200 on a ticket. It
God,
was
I
really
remember
packed.
when I paid
They couldn't
like
even.
$40 or
They
30
couldn't.
bucks for the first
I
ticket.
remember when they could barely even sell out the Myth, but now they're like damn near selling out the Target Center. It was filled. It was way more filled than it was last
What
year.
venue
They
was this at?
Target
Target?
Center.
Okay.
I may have said that 4 or 5 times.
I'm
Just kidding. I was being
sorry.
a dick.
I
I was
couldn't
being a dick.
remember if
It was
that was
cool.
last year's
Um,
or this year's.
they had like a 30-foot screen playing custom imagery in the background, really great like custom art shit in the background for each song. They had giant skulls suspended from the rafters that would raise and lower, like G59 skulls, so they were coming up and down, and like, for the nosebleed people, they could see them.
That's cool.
They played, I would say they played easily over half of the new album from New World Depression, of which I knew none of the songs, so I didn't have fun during their set until they started playing bangers. And it's funny because the girl behind me was like, I was like, "Oh, I'm an old head. Play the new shit." I kind of like say it loudly, and she goes, "Oh, we fucking hate this new shit. Turn it off." And then me and her were kind of vibing because every time the old shit come on, we were like singing kind of with each other, and um,
Yeah.
so that was cool. Um, yeah, I can't really think of anything too pressing. I mean, it was a good show. Some of the same people I saw there we were at the last shows. Just random people in the crowd. I'm like, "Hey, you were at the last show?" I was like, "Yeah, it was fucking you," and that was cool. Something really interesting here that I didn't think Suicide Boys would ever do. They busted some of the bootleg merch. So let me read this real quick for you, Paul. On September 10th, uh, United States Marshals, District of New Mexico, ordered a restraining order during a concert of Suicide Boys in Albuquerque. The court order was filed by Ruby the Cherry and Scrim, to seize any counterfeit G59 merchandise within 5 mile vicinity of the concerts, and they collected over 1,500 items, estimated over $30,000. So there's a bunch of cops and shit posted with fake
Wow.
Suicide Boys merch and stuff, and I didn't know they could do that. I didn't know that was a thing that you could do, but
I
apparently,
didn't
yeah,
know
you
that
put money
either, but also like I don't know who really
they're
I get
millionaires,
it.
right? I
Yeah,
feel
it's like
like
who
once
really
you hit
gives
that
a shit?
threshold, no, they're not millions, they're billionaires. They signed a deal for $1 billion like a month ago.
With who?
They
I thought they were underground and by themselves.
they are, but it's not. They signed it with some type of production company where it's
Or is it
very.
their own record? It's I don't know.
No, no, they saw. I remember because I read their Forbes interview. It was like 6 months ago, and they said the Suicide Boys just signed $1 billion contract with licensing, not a license, like production contract with some studio. And fuck off! Don't do that face.
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess once you hit a certain threshold, you can seize people, and here it is, kind of, right there. You can't really
Oh
tell.
wow.
Anyway, that's that. Yeah, so I thought that was kind of neat. Other than that, the show was a show, fun, had a great time, so had a good time. Got to bring my girlfriend to there. She's never been to like a big concert, like any concert like that, so it was kind of cool to let her experience that and take it all in. Um, yeah, what can I say? I feel like I'm unapproachable at the concerts when I'm full gothed up and I have it upside down cross on my forehead. People were assholes. What are you
Everybody's
gonna
an
do?
asshole.
What are you gonna do? Hey, real quick, I'm gonna plug this. Grailed popping off. I've sold over about 10 items so far. You want something, get it. That link is in the description, man. Things are
You
going
ship it. You
fast.
ship same day.
Oh, I ship same day, motherfucker.
This motherfucker ships same
If
day.
you order, my guarantee, if you order it before 4 p.m. CST, it will ship that same day. My right hand to God. Right here, right here.
Yeah,
Hands
Ruby right hand to Godfi.
Yeah, right hand to Godfi. Yeah, I also while I was I just booked a trip for by the way, we're gonna talk about this later, but I'm gonna be gone for like 11 days. I'm gonna be going to California, then Arizona. So I just booked the plane ticket for that, which is kind of expensive. So here's what kind of happened. So D's I shouldn't get into it. My girlfriend's mom was a travel advisor, was like her job. So she always knows like the ins and outs of that shit. And I kind of knew this, but D didn't tell me she was doing this. D, honey, I love you, but you should have told me you were doing this. Her mom said to not order from Expedia because they upcharge you, and they do not do Expedia. They will upcharge you. And she did. So then we immediately refunded it and looked on the website and ordered it through Delta Airlines, and it was easily, Paul, $45 cheaper. It went from
Yeah.
280 to
Yep.
fucking 235 like that.
So here is I've barely traveled, but as you know, I've been traveling more as I got older, right? Job, whatever. I went to Nashville, and then like Destiny and I went to Arizona a couple years ago. We are a Delta hub. If you're flying out of Minneapolis, we're a Delta hub. Just fly Delta. You can get cheaper. You could fly Sun Country or Allegiant or any of those others.
You fly Frontier if you like to play with loaded guns, dude. Those Frontier play. I took what the whole time. It was Paul. We were in the air, not even touching anything at all. It was going.
It was just making noise.
It's making noise and shit.
So you can get cheaper than Delta, but for me, Delta is the perfect price to what you get for comfortability for like just regular economy class seats. And I've just always booked through them. Plus, you get Sky Miles. Sign up for Sky Miles, and if you're eligible, you'll get mileage for trips, and then you can use that towards other trips eventually. It's kind of cool.
I don't know how much 17,000 miles is, but it sounds like a lot because at 20,000 you get a free trip, and DS 17,000. And she's like, I'm booking it through mine, and I'm like, wait a minute, let me get my Delta and I'll book it. I want my miles. She wouldn't let me get my miles. I was like,
she said, you sucked in my miles right now. You take my miles.
She set me up. She set me up, man. Taking my fucking miles. Anyway, so I'm excited about that. Big trips.
Dude, that is such a, I didn't realize how big of a sham the miles are anyways.
Yeah, they are.
Because you look and you're like, oh, I could really go around the world. And then I look, it's like, no, I have 3,000 miles. You need like 180,000 miles to go anywhere. Some shit. It's fucking ridiculous.
Legitimately. How about did you remember in the I think it was the 1980s when Delta was selling lifetime passes?
Yeah, that guy that still has it.
Passes. Yeah, they're selling them for like $100,000 a piece, I think.
And some guy, dude, you look it up. There's a millionaire or a rich guy that bought one, and he still has it. I think till this day, or I think they paid him out or something.
Yeah, they
I
might
don't
have,
remember, but yeah, he grabbed it, and he said he flew anywhere all the time, like every week. On the weekends, he just goes somewhere.
Yeah, I know, dude. Dude, that value for $100,000, bro, to fly wherever for life, dude, that's pretty fucking good, dude.
Could you think about having that power every weekend? You could leave work a little early on Friday, catch a flight, be in fucking Hawaii, and then come back, and be back by work Monday,
If you really wanted to, yeah, dude, that's just crazy to me that's but it's still $100,000. So you have to go to a lot of places to get your money out of that shit. But yeah, I'm excited to go on trips and stuff. I'm not looking forward to flying. I'm not looking forward to spending 11 days away from home.
You'll get it. Trust me, once you're there and you're with your girlfriend, you'll get over it. It's almost like as if you won't even think of anything. It's when you start traveling back, you'll be like, oh damn, like I'm here.
Yeah, I went to like my first wedding, if you don't count our brother's wedding. But I should. Why wouldn't you count it? It was a wedding. It's better than this wedding I went to. Sorry, baby. I went to Dee's dad's wedding, and it wasn't great. It wasn't negative either. Meeting meeting the girl you love, their parents is like the worst thing ever, right? We're gonna be staying with our mom for a whole week in Arizona. I cannot wait. No, in California, it's gonna be fun. But no negative experience. Didn't even really speak to him much, so I didn't get any of the don't you ever hurt my daughter. And honestly, dude, if he told me that, I had a plan. I was about to say, I'm scared of her, dude. She scares me, man. What if he says she scares me?
You see this,
too?
Bruce? This wasn't. This. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I'm like that. I'm like the Mormon sketch from The Whitest Kids You Know, where they make the Timmy doesn't know his birthday and shit. Remember that? And every time Sam moves, Sam goes. He's scared, like he's gonna hit her. He goes, every time D comes near me, I go like I flinch a little bit. So, any pressing news, Paul? I got.
Should we talk about that controversial shooting? Why don't you lead on that one?
We should talk about that shooting.
Well, do you know what her name is?
Her name is so Sydney Wilson. Okay, so recently, people check it out, look it up. Sydney Wilson attacked Officer Peter Liu and stabbed him with a knife multiple times, including his face, before Liu fired in self-defense. So controversial shooting that happened. Pretty much what happened. Cop got called on a wellness check of a very, very large, angry black woman. When the door opened, she closed it and then opened it again. And
can we start? This was a big bitch. Like this bitch was big. This bitch was like easily over 6 feet tall. She might even have been like 6'3", dude. This is a big bitch.
She had a dick.
No.
She probably did. I don't know. We need to check the coroner's report on that.
I'm
we
just
can check
interested
this,
to see
but
what if they found anything in her system, which we don't know yet. I don't think.
yeah, Paul. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just fucking kidding. That's so
Whoa,
bad. I'm
dude.
just kidding. That's fine. That's fine.
Whoa. That's fucked up.
I know. It's on the edge. It's fine.
That's
I'm
fucked
just
up.
kidding. I'm just kidding. You set me up. You
How
set
do
me
you
up.
mean I set you
set me
up? I just said I wonder what was in her system, and then you just say something horrible. That was not a setup. That's fucking horrendous. You got to be ashamed. So I guess she was a former Georgetown women's basketball player. That's pretty cool. She is very tall. Then, yep, she's a big bitch. She's in shape.
Okay. Yeah, it was just a little funny. And people are calling racism and abuse. You know, he had a gun, she didn't. She was clearly having a psychotic episode. People having psychotic episodes do not deserve to be murdered. True.
I
But
agree.
ones that are stabbing at people do deserve to be shot in the face.
Especially when they're alone and you have no other way to stop that person. So we should probably walk through kind of what happened. You know, what's his name? Officer Peter Liu arrived in Reston, Virginia at roughly 10:07 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And there's cop cam footage. You can go look this up. He arrives at Sydney Wilson's house to do a wellness check, apparently out of concern she was in an agitated state. And Peter Liu is a crisis intervention trained officer. So I don't know if that means anything, but maybe he has additional training to help people that are either under the influence of drugs or maybe not in the best mental state. The fact of the matter is if you go watch the footage, there's clearly just not enough time for him to de-escalate or the space to de-escalate. He's in an apartment. Was it an apartment or a hotel? I don't know. It's some type of complex where she was, where it's like, you know, hallway, bunch of doors. He knocks on the door. As soon as she opens it, she's mad and she slashes at him once and he backs up and draws his weapon. Now, that right there, I'm sorry, I would have shot her immediately. She slashed at me and missed, doesn't matter. Goodbye.
He's afraid to get a charge.
I get it.
Yeah,
I get it. He was trying to give her time. He was smart. He wasn't as trigger happy as I would have been. I would have blasted her right there and probably would have been justified because she tried to fucking
as soon as
stab
she
me.
opened the door, it would have been all over.
But anyways, essentially what happens is he keeps backing up. He warns her multiple times, please, miss. Like, I think he says, I don't want to shoot you. And he says, like, please put the gun down. I will shoot. Or not, put the knife down. I will shoot. And she's like, no, no, no. And then she slashes once again, you know, closes distance on him and he's backing up. She closes distance on him. He's trying to escape. She slashes once and misses, slashes again and stabs him in the top of the head. That is when he fired his pistol twice, 3-4 times. He struck her for sure. What was crazy to me is she didn't drop right away, which tells me maybe she had something in her system that would make her not feel that.
She felt like a Resident Evil character. When
And then as he shot her, he turns around and tries to go around the bend and she follows him. And then she barely takes a few more steps. He fires a few more times and she drops and falls backwards.
I just can't defend. I just really can't defend a racist, to be honest with you.
Who?
To be real. The girl. She was clearly having a racist psychotic episode. She's even doing a racist Asian impression. Eyes as she lunges towards an Asian officer.
Oh, you're talking about this still? I don't know. I thought she looked like a character from Hey Arnold a little bit. You know, like the crazy hair and like the, you know, or like,
no, don't say that. What is she, her black friend? The hair.
No, like I'm just talking like she had, you know, like a
what's that?
What's that? The Rugrat. You know the Rugrats mom?
Yeah.
The white mom with the orange Miss Pickles? She looked like Miss Pickles screaming in that photo, dude. Not Hey Arnold. Maybe I meant Rugrats, but yeah. She did kind of look like that. Looked like was her name Dee Dee? Or was it Miss Pickles?
It was Dee or Dee Dee. I trust me, I
think you're thinking of Dexter's Laboratory. Or maybe she goes by Dee Dee.
I watched Rugrats like a week ago, so I know. All right, don't judge me on my Rugrats lore. Paul, imagine the shooting. And it's her getting shot.
That's terrible.
Funny. Somebody edited the Doom, Paul, so they added the Doom music to it. So it's the heavy Doom music. Oh, and he's getting hit. Paul, you know what you really should do? You should edit us in the thumbnails with guns and then put her on that too.
No, that's terrible. But I will say this though. I'm really hoping nothing comes of this and nothing is done to this police officer, because after watching that footage, you have to agree that there was literally nothing else he could have done. He tried to de-escalate and he backed up literally as far as he could to the end of the hallway and then got cornered. Like, what else do you do, especially when you got struck with a knife? Like,
Did you watch the full video?
That poor guy. Huh?
He was bleeding. He was bleeding a lot.
He was being bad.
He's honestly, I think he might have grounds for a lawsuit for how poorly the paramedics and assistants came to him. Nobody provided him assistance the entire time. Paramedics walked right by him to get to the dead woman that was already dead on the ground.
Well, I think they're supposed to do that.
No, that's not right. She's dead.
I know it's not right, but they don't know she's not dead.
Have you seen
or she's dead or not?
Have you seen that fucking cop shooting where they 5 cops shoot this one person in a car, it's just so they blur it out. You know how bad the violence is when the blur is big around the body. It's like a solid big blob, and the cop goes over to put handcuffs on the guy, and he goes, no man, his head is gone, and you can't see it obviously. He's like, don't even put handcuffs on him, come focus on me, because that other cop was shot, but they were doing what the procedure said. But the cop that was shot was like, nah man, his head's gone, bro, and it is. His head was gone, like it's not there anymore. So,
what do you think about the incident? Like, what would you give Officer Peter Liu as far as a rating for like
Peter Liu?
Of like how well he did? I think he did as best as he could with the cards he was dealt.
I think he needs.
He did better than I would have done.
He needs to get one of those spring-loaded guns like in Taxi Driver that Travis has that comes out of his arm, like an Inspector Gadget. So next time he can just fire immediately.
You know what he should have done like this with his vest, and a punching arm comes out and he pushes her back and pushes her back. It's like super long.
No fucking way. Our crisis intervention officers are trained.
It's a clown. It's a clown.
Yeah, it's the clown. Yeah, see, if he just sprayed it with a little bit of flower water, it would have been all fine and dandy. She would have laughed it away. He would have blown her blue. He's blowing balloons and shit.
He's juggling. He's trying to distract her. He's juggling. That's fucking terrible. He's got bowling pins. Yeah, he's got.
So I really think I just assumed his name is Peter Liu. If Peter Liu was a clown, this might have gone way different.
Yeah, wait. This scenario made it complete. We're making a new task force. They're de-escalation clown officers.
They're clown.
And they're dressed up like clowns.
Clown officers, fatality in the hundreds. It's just everyone's shooting the clown officers. Oh my! Would you take him seriously? Like,
no,
imagine that.
No, imagine if a guy came to my house
and with the police badge, it'd take you hours to convince you he's an officer. Literal hours. It'd be like, get your supervisor, and okay, he's like, all right, my supervisor's on the way, and he comes over in a small car and gets out, and he's a bigger clown than he is. He's like, I hear you think our police force is a clown, and we're not official.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
The de-escalation clown's about to get assaulted. He goes, whoop, 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 and his feet are spinning in place, and they jet away.
He does the Zoidberg move as he shuffles out. See, if Peter did the Zoidberg move while he got away from that girl. Also, I don't know, man. Yeah, I mean, wait, what is this trending? Okay, first of all, I just see this. I have to know it. It's trending on Twitter right now. #Kamala Blackface. Take a peek into this poll. I see it. Sorry to distract.
It's fine. Can we finish up this topic, though?
Yeah, we can. And then we can talk about Kamala Blackface.
All I want to say about Sydney Wilson is, rest in peace. I'm sorry that, she was unfortunately killed, but I didn't see any other way out for that officer unless he was to completely flee the scene. And when you have somebody that agitated or in that type of state with a knife, as an officer, it's your duty, not only to obviously protect yourself, but protect others. And I think he did what he could have done based on that cop cam footage, and I hope nothing comes against him. And it's kind of crazy that Georgetown is honoring her. I get it. She played basketball at Georgetown for a while, or I think she currently was still a player, but I don't know. She actively tried to kill a police officer. So
she should have did a 3-point shot backwards. She might have dodged the bullets.
The knife, and it lands it sticks right in the top of his head and kills him. It's terrible.
Why that? No, that's terrible. I imagine it coming. See, if Officer Lou brought a basketball, it's all could have been avoided. She would have dribbled and did a little thing for him.
He would have been like, wait, because she was a basketball player. He would have been like, he's putting it in between the legs. He's like, think you can get past me? And then she drops the knife. She's like, She drops the knife and she's like, "No, you can't get past me." He's playing a
He
game.
would have fucked him up.
Oh yeah,
dude.
he would have
She
gotten
would've fucked
shredded.
him
Does it
up,
look like
dude.
Peter can fucking dribble a ball, dude?
Yeah, Peter.
No, Peter can't dribble for shit.
Peter didn't even see a basketball till a year ago.
Yeah, he didn't even know. He didn't even know what that was. What's that weird ball thing you're bouncing around there?
But overall, Paul, let's talk about wellness checks while we're in here. So obviously the officer was on a wellness check, and there is a study, and I don't want to say exactly percentage, but I will say that I've read that over a major, I believe this is correct. Over half of wellness checks done by police officers end in some type of fatality. Which is accurate because when you send the wellness check should be illegal, by the way. Those shouldn't be allowed. I understand the point of view people are coming from where that officer shouldn't have been there at all. You're right.
I
he
get
shouldn't have
that.
been there.
Yeah.
Whatever she was doing, I don't know. Maybe she was threatening people, but it doesn't sound like she was. I thought she was just an angry woman. Screaming in your apartment doesn't warrant the cops showing up to your door ever because, this is fucking America.
Yeah, but
I
what
think
if
that
it's
is a
but
violation.
hold on. So this was at what time in the morning? 10:07 a.m. So this is in the morning. So it wasn't it was outside of what you would consider a noise curfew or, So it's like it's
Yeah.
not like she was violating any noise laws. But what do you do if somebody is say you're in the apartment next door and that lady is screaming all morning and smashing shit? What do? Do you just deal with it?
Yeah, or I don't call the cops, but maybe I tell the apartment manager, maybe, raise our rent a little bit. Hey, she's making a little noise. You pay a little bit
Yeah,
more rent, right?
because who else is gonna go? Okay, do you want to go talk to her? Do you want to send the fucking apartment manager to go talk to her?
Oh, if I knew how big she was before then, no, sir, I ain't even going over
Yeah,
there.
so it's just
No
like
way.
I get it. I get what you're saying about most wellness checks. They're typically a pretty bad idea and usually never end well. But in this situation, what do you do? Now, I am doing a whole lot of assuming here. A lot of assuming that she was yelling all morning, freaking out, agitated state. I don't know what caused. I'm hoping we get more details as the case is opened, and I'm really interested to see what comes from the autopsy report if they do anything like that to figure out like what was in her system. Hopefully, there wasn't anything in her system, but like usually when like I can get angry. I've gotten very mad, like a rage, right? We've all gotten in a rage before. We're
You
breaking
just
our
look
own
in my
shit.
eyes.
We're doing something, right? However, I've never myself been in a rage so intense that it would prevent me from complying with police if I was mentally well, right?
Mhm.
I would have to be under the influence of something personally to not follow a cop's directions, I think.
Oh, I just get mad. I
Um,
just yell at cops all the time. Oh,
and that's the
I
thing is,
do that all the time to
and that's the
them.
thing is, I don't think he was really instructing her at first, but then he started when obviously the knife appeared and she came at him. He was just like, "Hey, like, is everything, like, what's going on? Wellness check." And then she kind of, it got
Well,
escalated from there. But
Paul, we don't know what we can do about it, but we know what not to do. Swing at an officer 3 times. Remember, you get 3 knife swings before he shoots. That's pretty good ratio. You get 3 to 1.
again, the first slash when the door opened and that missed her, I know he was backing up to give her time to
should've
comply.
fired
I
through
would
the
have
door.
shot her in the face. No,
should've
you don't
fired
you can't fire through doors.
You should have
Cops aren't
fired
allowed
through
to
the
do that
door.
anymore.
You should have fired through the door. Cops aren't
Casada.
allowed to do that? What cops are
Well,
allowed to do?
because what if there's a kid inside? That's the thing is like they haven't cleared the room or like the building, so it's like you're firing shots into, and there could be who knows in there. You could be injuring people that are innocent, right?
That kid is not well if he is inside that. Anyway, Paul, let's get off this sad, morbid topic and talk
Hold
about a little
on.
bit of
You want to
uplifting
talk
news.
about how she's 33 and still playing for Georgetown College basketball? Is that a thing?
I mean, they all just kind of stand there, right? It's women's basketball, Paul. Paul, anyone could do it in college. You know that, right? She probably just kept failing so she could stay in and
Yeah.
beat state next year.
Yeah,
We're
I
gonna
know.
beat state next year.
I know we've been drawing this out, man, but this just always draws me back to like, why do we keep closing mental hospitals and all that shit? And why
Ever
did we
since
do
Reagan,
that?
ever since Reagan shut him. Oh, and you know what? I wanna touch on this actually because it's a good viewpoint. So I was with my therapist, the other day, and we somehow got talking about schizophrenic people, and she kind of told me about some of the schizophrenic patients she's had in her past, and haven't
Who?
been in my therapist,
Okay.
haven't been. So she has, we were talking about insurance and how they were fucking over this schizophrenic patient. Anyway, have you ever spoken to a schizophrenic person who's having an episode, Paul? Like ever?
Yes. Yep. Because I used to take care of a schizophrenic when I was a
Mhm.
personal care assistant.
There's no reasoning with them. There's
No.
virtually none
Nope.
unless you're like trained in a certain
Nope.
way. But even my
Yep.
therapist is like no reasoning with.
Yep.
I spoke
Very,
to
very
multiple,
interesting. Yeah.
and they're somewhat convincing. So I spoke to multiple schizophrenic people in the psych ward. One of them was talking about how the FBI had trucks full of bodies, and he had to ride in like the back of a truck, like a SUV full of no, back of like a box truck with full of bodies to get to the hospital. That this kid was he was like around my age. He was so convinced that they were covering up a mass murder that he was telling me all this shit, right?
Wow.
There's no convincing him otherwise. And that's just the one that I talked to.
Yeah.
There's no convincing this lady otherwise that something's not happening, especially when they have a knife. That guy didn't have a knife. He was medicated and all fucked up. He's all like, oh, you know, man, you know, like, he
Yeah.
can't even stand up. You need to keep the people medicated.
Yeah.
Get the mental hospital, Paul. We need straitjackets and paddy wagons. A guy with a big net, Paul. Big net.
Yep. I think there would be
Right
like
down to the head.
less. I think there would be like less mass shootings and stuff if mental hospitals that are well staffed without people getting abused and shit were around, right? That doesn't mean you're in there forever. That means like maybe some people's mental states can be corrected, but if you're schizophrenic or something, you're fucked. I'm sorry. And what's really interesting about schizophrenics, especially the one I took care of, is like you can look this up. Look up how come a majority of schizophrenics are so not all of them, but a majority of them are tied to God or religion. Because what happens is, schizophrenia usually doesn't happen from birth. It invests it. What do you call it? It kind of lies dormant and eventually becomes present in people, or it can. And a lot of the time, it's people that were something terrible happened to them when they were kids. They're abused by their parents, beat, whatever it may be. And maybe they had a grandmother that was really strict, and maybe religion was really predominant in their household. But
Or maybe they had a grandmother that was really strict. My grandmother once told me
I'm
to go
just
die
saying-
and have a cookie. I fucking lost it, dude.
I'm just saying, I've read that there is a correlation between schizophrenia and religion, and why, like, this guy that I took care of thought God was going to smite him for anything. Like, if he literally folded his napkin wrong or used it wrong, he thought God was going to kill him and he'd fucking freak out. But then I've also had him fucking stand up and yell racial slurs at the other guy that lived in the house and attempt to stab him with a fork, and I had to fucking tackle him. So, like, there's crazy shit. It was a Native American man across the table that was in a wheelchair, and it was terrible.
What Paul is saying is fill in the blanks, like one of those fucking what do you call those things where you fill in the blanks and you make a dumb story?
What, he's playing hangman?
No, not hangman. What do you call those things where you fill
Sudoku?
the book? No, where it's like Rosie ate the big, and then you blank, and then you get to fill it in, and then it's a story. What do you call those?
I don't know. Fill in the fucking blanks. I
You don't know
don't know,
what-
dude.
You're being an asshole right now.
What? I don't know what the fuck they're called. You're expecting me to know? What am I, a fucking game show host?
No. What did you say before that? I had a point I wanted to go off there, but yeah, schizophrenics cannot be reasoned with, so you just put them to death. No, I'm just kidding. It's well, we were talking about my therapist actually said, because she's like literally like studying that. It's what she's in school for right now.
Oh, that's cool.
She's old. She's in her 40s, but still doing like school and shit and get degrees. But she said what she found is most schizophrenia comes from because they really don't know where it comes from, to be honest. But a lot of it comes from high dopamine, like way too much dopamine, and that can fuck up. That's what all schizophrenics have, is extremely high dopamine, which I can see, especially with the God complex, because that guy probably had such high dopamine and high opinion of himself that he was so convinced God would smite him down. But God doesn't give a fuck about him. But he doesn't know that because he's so high on himself. That's kind of where they're coming from with that.
Do you think
was she schizophrenic? I don't know, but she was having some type of psychotic episode.
It was a cocktail of drugs, is my assumption, because alcohol doesn't do that to you either. She wasn't drunk.
Alcohol does well. First of all, alcohol can do that to you, but you were already gonna do that beforehand.
Yeah, but did you see how she was moving and operating? I don't think she was drunk.
Yeah, when she went like this and then fell over, I saw that. She was very drunk there.
It's because she was shot and her body finally caught up to realizing that it was injured and she was dying. You
should have given her field sobriety test right there.
Next topic. I'm done talking about this.
Let's talk about Kamala Blackface, Paul, because we got some.
Yeah, what about this? Because I just Googled it and there's nothing that's coming up. So
well, you gotta go to X, Paul. You're not on X. Paul's out of the zeitgeist.
Are you kidding me? I'm always on X.
Well, then go to X right now.
Not on my laptop.
I try to stay off of it. It's pretty trash.
It's not good for your head.
Pretty much people saying that Kamala isn't black, which I don't know anything about that. Evidently, when you claim that some random non-family member is your parental grandmother in order to claim black heritage is frowned upon by decent human beings. A woman who is in a family friend of Kamala's grandmother claims that she was very fair skinned, which contradicts the photo Kamala shared, where she claimed to be with her grandmother Beryl.
Huh.
Oh, oh shit. Okay, so Kamala Harris apparently posed with a black lady and said that was her grandmother, but then someone came out and said, "No, I know her grandmother. She's very light and not that person."
Huh.
So this is the new thing. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to report any further on this much because I just saw Kamala blackface trending and I got a little excited. I got a little antsy in my pants and I go check her out, see what that was all
That
about. I thought
sounds
it was
like who gives a shit.
I honestly thought it was about to be a video of her like putting makeup remover and wiping her
That's
face down, and
terrible.
she's just albino. Like how bad would that be, Paul, if she did that? Do you think she would have
Guess
won?
what? I guess what? Albino, no one would care because that's why white people get radicalized because you're allowed to hate them as much as you want with no repercussions, and that's why white people are radicalized and people shoot up schools. What?
See, that's a little based and even more based than the black thing I said
I didn't
earlier.
say that.
You
It was
were
just
you were
fucking around.
I know I'm fucking around too. All those racist comments. I'm not racist. Please don't look. If any coworkers watching this, just know that I am rooting for you and I'm not racist.
Yeah, it's a comedic podcast. Anything on the show has nothing to do with our employers, and
Cannot,
anything said
cannot.
is not meant to be taken seriously.
Don't take it seriously or I'll jerk off on your face. How about that? Paul, we should we haven't talked about we should talk about some movies and TV. Let's get some fun topics here. We've been kind of somber talking about shooting schizophrenics and blackface. It's not a good episode, so it's looking good for us. Paul, I watched something the other day. I'll kind of go back and forth because I've been watching some media. Wait, hold on. First of all, welcome in, ladies and gentlemen,
Oh
to
yeah. Wait,
Paul's.
do you want me to do it?
Yeah, start it, yeah.
Paul's movie talk. Come
Movie
on down.
talk.
Movies are
Come
sweet.
on down.
TV shows too. All
Ooh,
right, let's go.
Sweet tunes. Paul, I watched an anime the other day. Against being so resistant to anime, I watched one the other day because it was against my will. D literally had a gun to my head. Paul, she literally had a knife to my
I'll
balls.
fucking kill you! I'll fucking kill
Kill
you!
you!
She's
I'll
yelling.
kill
She's
you!
yelling
And
in your face. You're like, "Ah," you're crying. Your makeup is all going down your face. You're just fucking
Dude,
crying.
yeah, dude, we can't say that about her. I'm just kidding. She's
No,
gonna
no,
get
I'm
so
talking about you. She's threatening you. She has a gun to
yeah.
the back of your head, and you're crying. Your
No, I
fucking
know,
makeup's ruined.
yeah, I know. I'm the one threatening her.
I'll
Trust me.
fucking murder you. I'll fucking
Trust
kill
me.
you right
No, no,
now.
no, no, no. No, I do the threatening in the relationship. Anyway, I checked out this anime called Chainsaw Man, Paul. It's pretty goofy. It's only 12 episodes of 30 minutes. We watched it all in 2 days period. We just stayed pretty much in our house the whole time, just watched it, kind of chilling. Chainsaw Man, Paul. Check it out. It's about a guy who gets endorsed with the power of a demon. So he has a giant chainsaw that comes out of his head and chainsaw that comes out of his arms. But he's also a 16-year-old kid that is trying to get laid all the time. So it's a little weird because then some older woman's trying to hit on him. So that's a little weird. Paul, it is demonic as fuck. It's all about demons and the devil and shit. And
Yeah, I've seen a bit of it, or I've like heard and seen
yeah,
clips of it.
the only reason I watch it is because the demons are so fucking cool. Some of them are so gnarly. Like one of them's just a bunch of mouse and eyes and shit. It's all demonic. It's the eternity demon. So pretty much how it works is each demon. So let's say you're afraid of bats. However many people are afraid of bats is how strong that demon is.
Oh wow.
So
Okay.
let's say the lint. No one's afraid of lint. So the lint demon is probably like a little grub on the ground you could stomp to death, right? But the bat demon is this giant winged demon thing that's
That's
all
a
he's
cool way to
talking
think
about.
about it.
The whole time he's talking about it is always all you see of the bat demon is him just wanting to eat and rip and fucking kill children. All he's talking about. He's like, I'm gonna drink these fucking kids' blood and you're not gonna do anything about it. It's demonic, dude. But pretty much the whole basis of they're trying to find the gun devil, which is the most powerful devil because everyone's afraid of guns. And the gun devil is like one of the strongest.
Hmm.
Dude, it's violent, it's gory, it's demonic. The writing is shit. The character dialogue is not good. The story is good. It is based off a comic. It is dubbed. There is no English, so it is subtitles, excuse me, not dubbed. Go check out Chainsaw Man. It's actually enjoyed it quite a bit. I watched it in one day. The only way I'll watch season 2 is if D forces a gun to my head again. But yeah, check that out. Also had a chance to check out a movie called Down Periscope. Rob Schneider's in it for a little bit. William H. Macy, Frank from Shameless. It's just
Huh.
way before Shameless. This is like the 80s. It's a comedy about a military submarine team where they're doing like submarine drills and it's just a ragtag group of military people. D liked it. I would give that a solid like 4 out of 10. It wasn't very funny. It was okay. I think our comedy choices are quite questionable. So check out Down Periscope as well. I watched that. We're turning into PK slowly here.
Comedy choices are questionable.
I had to hit her with that. I've also been watching a shit ton of SpongeBob. I started from season 1. Dee's never watched SpongeBob. She wasn't a SpongeBob kid. Dude, some of those she's laughing at some of the early episodes, and I'm like, I was laughing at this when I was literally like 6 years old, and it's making me bust, dude. Those first like 30 episodes of SpongeBob are
They're
fucking
good.
hilarious, dude. They're so every single one of them has me at least wheezing in some sort of manner where I'm like,
Yeah.
it's a little nostalgic, but it's
Yeah.
funny. Started watching
me when I watched SpongeBob as a kid, and me when I'm watching SpongeBob now. The Patrick of the one tooth.
literally
that's
didn't
me.
change once. I'm still laughing. What else did I watch? I've been watching I watched Rugrats All Grown Up, started that again, that TV show, and then the original Rugrats. We've been watching a lot of cartoons lately. I don't know why. And then I started The Expanse. I watched the first episode of The Expanse last night. I don't know if I'll go any further than that. I know
You didn't like it?
Dee loves it so much. She says she's seen it like 6 or 7 times. She wanted it as a comfort show. I fell asleep halfway through.
It's good.
I found it. To be fair, we watched it last night at like 9 p.m. and I was like dead tired, so I really don't remember what happened. But I'll give her a try again. We'll finish it. Is that an Expanse thing?
It's the Rocinante, dude.
That's what it's called, the Rocinante?
Well, that's the ship they eventually get. I don't think they start with it right at the beginning.
That's the ship from the Rush song. On my ship, the Rocinante from Cygnus X1. That's so cool. I wonder if they named it after the Rush song. They had to have.
Yeah.
Or is Rocinante
dude, watch it. It's a good show.
That's Cygnus. Oh my god, I'm so watching it for the Rush reference because that's the ship that gets ripped apart. That's so cool. That's 100% it. That even looks like the ship that they fucking use. Those cocksuckers. They stole that shit. Geddy Lee wants his money. But anyway,
they were based off books.
When did the books come out, you think? Because the Rush song came out in 1977. Is when that song came out.
It's definitely after that. The Expanse books came out June 25th, 2011.
Okay, that's 100% a Rush reference. There's no way it isn't.
Cool.
That is cool. Nice.
It's around Sonata.
It all ties to Rush.
Diorama. So you gotta watch it. It's a good show. Give it a chance, man.
I will. Do they play Rush? As it
I
flies?
don't think so.
I think that'd be cool as it's flying through the air. Like Tony. Remember when Tony Soprano pulls up in the SUV and he's listening to Tom Sawyer? It's like that.
Oh yeah.
He's gets a shotgun because he thinks he's gonna get pulled up on by AJ. But yeah, those are my movies. Those are my movies of the week.
I've been slowing down on Preacher. However, I just watched an episode or 2 with Destiny yesterday. It's good. We're about the middle of season 3.
About the show. Wasn't it 3 seasons or is it 4?
There's 4,
right? Okay.
Yeah.
The 4th season is one of my favorites.
Okay, yeah. I'm hoping it'll ramp up. So movies and TV that I watch.
Wait, are they in Louisiana yet? In the Bayou?
Yes, that's where.
Yeah, dude. I hate.
It's not very good.
It sucks. I agree with you. Just wait till the last
season.
Because
it's literally like a season of him without his voice and him just getting bitched around by his grandma, and I'm kind of sick of it.
It's so bad, dude. I hate it. What do you think about? Just wait, Pollock. It's good. Just wait till he gets his revenge on them. Do you remember? You remember Better Call Saul, Kim Wexler, and not Kim Wexler, doesn't matter. The Lettermans, the family that stole all the money. Remember them?
Yes. Yep.
Remember the hot wife? Is she in the show yet?
Oh, is she the one that's like part of the
yeah, she's part of the
Grailed.
Christianity, the Grailed.
Yeah, they've been in it since like last season. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, she's such a cunt. I hate
She's evil, dude. She's a
sexy,
bad person.
I hate her. She's fucking evil as shit. She didn't redeem herself at all. She's a fucking cunt. The entire show, constantly trying to fuck shit up. Yeah, check out Preacher too. What else you got?
I watched so you remember I talked about a movie called Dante's Inferno with Pierce Brosnan, a volcano movie? There must have been something in the like mid to late 90s where everybody liked making volcano movies, but I watched one that was not good. It was worse. It was worse than Dante's. Yeah, have you seen Tommy Lee Jones' Volcano?
That's a classic. Yeah,
I've never seen that.
It's a great film.
I mean, like I've seen U.S. Marshals and like all the Men in Blacks and like a lot of other Tommy Lee Jones movies. But I never seen this one. This movie was not good.
It's bad, dude. It's so
It
stupid.
was like, he's like the head of some emergency response management department for LA, and then there's a freaking apparently a volcano underneath it, and he's coordinating, figuring out stopping the lava flow and getting it from destroying the whole city. And um yeah, I don't know. It wasn't very good. I
It's bad.
Paul's Paul's movie rating is like a 2 out of 10, 3 out
Yeah,
of
that's
10. And I
solid.
like Tommy Lee Jones. I like Tommy Lee Jones. Next
It's
movie?
it's no, hold on. It's similar to that 2012 disaster movie and how
Yeah,
terrible
it
it
was
was.
bad.
We thought it
That
was
movie
gonna
was
be cool.
terrible.
And 90s, you probably thought it was cool, just like we thought 2012 was gonna be cool, and it was
Yeah.
not, so
Dante's Inferno though with Pierce Brosnan, I mean, I almost want to look it up right now and see if it has a better rating because I think it was better. Um, that one also came out in '97. What the fuck? And that one, yep, is a little better rating. Um, I thought that one was better, but now this next movie, Destiny had never seen. I bought it on 4K because it was on sale and we watched it. It just came in last week. Interstellar. Oh my god, is Interstellar good with the surround sound and
Awesome.
in 4K? And she had
Mhm.
never seen it, and I had like the lights
Oh
on
my
behind the
god.
TV. It was so good, dude.
That's
I
so
was like,
cool,
I
dude.
forgot how good that fucking movie is. But
He's
yeah, we
like
watch what?
he's like, "Can I get a comedy indicator on your thing?" He's like, "Yeah, maybe you can find it when I blow you out of the airlock," and then the light comes on. Ding. The little
Yeah,
light. The little
yeah.
light. I like how he's like, "Lars, go get her," and he activates
Ours, yeah,
spinner
yeah.
cars. He starts spinning. That thing's so fucking cool.
Those fuck
He ta
those things. I wouldn't like
Yeah, fuck
those. You
those. I
you of
don't
all
those
people would hate those.
I do hate though. That guy's an asshole. I would have burned him alive
I
immediately.
did completely forget that Matt Damon was the dickhead guy that tried like on the planet. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
and it, I know it has no relation to the movie Martian, but he literally did that movie and Martian like a year apart.
It checks out. Yeah, I
So a
remember
lot of
that.
people were like, "Is this?" No, and he's like, "No, it's a completely different fucking movie. He just happened to do
You
that
fucking
role."
dummy. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not the same dude. It's
Um,
not works.
Another movie I watched, which I will say I never saw the full thing of, but I watched parts of it when I was a kid because I remember our dad watching it. You ever see Million Dollar Baby with Clint Eastwood?
I've seen so many variations of the million or parodies of Million Dollar
I
Baby
know.
that I feel
You
like
know what happens.
I know exactly what
Um,
happens.
that movie is so fucking sad. I watched
I
it
know.
by myself because Destiny fell asleep. I watched it by myself and I was up till like 1 a.m. that night. And I
Mhm.
literally had to go watch something else to get me in a better mood before going to bed. That's how fucking sad that movie made
It's like
me.
if I go to bed, I'm definitely gonna hit my girlfriend. I gotta watch something
No,
comedy
no,
now.
but that Million Dollar Baby, man. Oh wait, I didn't give Interstellar a rating. That's an easily a 9 out of 10 movie for me. That's a fucking well
I'd
done Christopher Nolan movie.
I'd say it's in my
Easily
top
one of my
20 movies.
favorites. Yeah. Million Dollar Baby, I'm gonna give a 7 out of 10. For a boxing movie, it's pretty good. For a boxing movie, it's
For
like
a
eh.
woman boxer
But for
movie.
a drama, it's very well. Clint Eastwood just knows how to fucking act, man.
Isn't
And he knows how to direct that shit. So
isn't that based on a true story? Am I
I
is
don't
that
think it is.
I thought it was based off of something. Maybe I need to cripple somebody and base it on true story.
No, it's not.
I
It's
always
a
get it
collection of
confused.
short stories, I guess.
I used to get it confused with Millionaire Slumdog
Slumdog
Millionaire.
Millionaire, yeah, which is a
Yeah,
very completely different movie,
it's
right?
not yeah, so different. I like Slumdog Millionaire. I've seen that. It's not based on a true story.
Yeah, I completely forgot about Slumdog Millionaire. Huh.
How do you
Um,
know? And they're like cutting his balls off and shit. That's so
yeah.
I lived
Um,
it. I lived it.
so after that, I decided to stay up to 3 and I watched all of Escape Plan to make me feel better. And I have Escape Plan 1, 2, and 3 on just like normal
Oh,
Blu-ray.
they did the
Uh
third one.
Yeah, the third one's with like Batista. It's all right. I
Yeah.
think they're all okay. The first one is definitely the best though, with Schwarzenegger
Like
and Stallone. It's just a classic action movie. These guys got to escape from a jail, and apparently the jail they're in is on a fucking boat in the middle of the ocean. And this guy breaks out of
spoiler.
prisons for a living. Oh, whatever. If you haven't fucking seen it,
Spoiler.
whatever. I give that movie like a 6 out of 10. Next movie I watched was very interesting because, as you mentioned, you've been watching dubbed things, or Chainsaw Man was dubbed. I watched a dubbed movie, and usually I have a very hard, like, it has to be very good. I'll give it about a half hour, and if I can stick with it, I'll watch it. Now, thankfully, this movie was Swedish, Swedish made movie. It's called Trouble. It just came out. And what's nice about that is, like, I know they're speaking Swedish, but like, their mouths almost look like they're speaking English. It's very odd in some parts. You can definitely tell it's dubbed though. Um, it was all right for a Swedish movie. I would they call it a comedy. I don't think it's really a comedy. It's
Not to you.
yeah, like there's
You
it's
love
not
that.
there's some okay funny parts, but it's not like that funny. To me, it's more of like a thriller-ish, but trying to be a comedy. Essentially, this guy works at a Best Buy, and he's like a Geek Squad type guy, and he goes to install a TV. And while he's installing the TV, he has headphones on, he can't hear. And the husband of the lady he's installing the TV for gets murdered in the house, and he gets framed for the murder.
Mm,
Come to find out, there's a big conspiracy within the police department of why they're framing him. There's other cops involved. There's a good cop trying to help him that kind of knows he didn't do it, and it's not bad. I'll give that movie a 5 out of 10 for like a dubbed Swedish movie. A movie that's not made in the States. It wasn't bad, and the production quality wasn't horrible either. It really reminded me of Norway, to be honest with you.
hmm.
Like just
With
seeing
the
like where they
murder?
were. What?
With the murder?
No, no. Actually, Norway is like has the least violent crime out of any country. It's one of them. But
That's when I go there.
no, I just think because of like the environment they were in outside in some parts, and also like all the clothing they wear was very
And
similar to
you
Norwegian clothing.
technically made the crime rate grow up by drunk driving on the scooter. You know that, right? You wear that, right? Because don't think we forgot
I
about
I
that.
didn't do that.
The Swedes
I
remember,
wasn't under
right?
the influence,
Okay.
though.
Well,
The
hypothetically,
Norwegians remember.
someone who was on trip with Paul was drunk driving on a scooter, so the crime rate actively went up as an American went there. So just sit on that one a little bit, all
Hey, the
right?
crime rate doesn't go up; it only goes up if they're caught.
You fucking
Yeah, so fuck off.
you're such a piece of shit. I'm just
Yeah.
kidding. That's
Uh,
funny.
Last night, so Destiny had never seen anything Wallace and Gromit, and guess what's on Netflix right now? Wallace and Gromit and the Curse of the Were Rabbit, and we watched that. Classic, holds up.
They
Eight
should
out of
be all.
10. 8 out of 10. I wish they were all on there, but they aren't.
Oh, they just signed a Arden Studios just signed a deal. The new Vengeance Most Foul is gonna air on Netflix January 3rd. I'm really excited about that. Anyway, Curse of the Rare Rabbit, honestly, not my favorite one. I do like Lady Farkle or whatever her name was. She was kind of hot.
Lady Toddington. She's
Lady
not
Todd.
hot. She's funny though.
She's kind of with it.
Woo! Yeah, I like her. I like her like orange stick hair.
I really almost went for her as Halloween. I think next year I'm gonna go all out and go as her.
Hey, I have the teeth like Lady Toddington. I should
Lady
go as Lady
Toddington.
Toddington.
Oh my god, you'd look like her. The big lips and shit. That'd be funny
Yeah,
as fuck,
dude,
Lady
it would
Toddington.
be if I went as Lady
Yeah.
Toddington because
Uh,
Destiny could do my makeup really well.
Yeah, dude, I'm really, really excited for the next film to come out. They just released a trailer today for it, a little teaser. It's like 10-second teaser.
Oh, I
Uh,
saw that. Yeah,
but dude, that's gonna be good.
crack and
Well,
cheese, Gromit.
it's premiering on the BBC in December, which I'm just gonna bootleg, so I don't have to wait till January. But it's cheese. You know, the Wensleydale cheese was going bankrupt until Wallace and Gromit just
Yeah.
mentioned it recently, and now it's not, and now it's the mascot for them. Dude,
So are they all gonna be on Netflix then?
they should be. I read that they have a deal with them, so they should be transferred. But I think they still have their deal with Amazon. That's where they're at right now. Is where
Oh, okay. Well, I'll go see what other ones are on there and watch
Yeah,
them because.
I saw my Prime a little bit ago. I'm a fan of the episodes, and then the Moon episode is like my favorite. That's just a classic
Oh, when
one.
they're the cheese, yeah, that's an older
Mhm.
one. Is that a
That's like
Grand Day Out? Isn't that like the first one?
yeah, I think that is the first day one for sure. Yeah,
I didn't know, but I don't think I ever seen the one that came out in 2008. A Matter of Loaf and Death.
that's a good one. I remember I watched it as a kid. I haven't seen that in a while. That's the bread one.
Yeah.
Uh,
Should I? You know, what would be really funny, Ruby, is if next year for Halloween, Destiny goes as Wallace and I go as Lady Toddington.
you should honestly. I posted to my story like a year ago. I was like, couples costume idea right here, but I don't want to go sis. And I
Yeah,
don't
the
think
Curse of the Were Rabbit. It's so funny. Like, it's just such a goofy. I like claymation. That shit's so cool.
it's something special. It's cool. Yeah, I'm a fan. I love that type of shit. You know me. I'll talk about Wallace and Gromit all day. By the way, if you ever want to give me anything for my birthday, ladies and gentlemen, viewers, Wallace and Gromit or a Rush CD. Even if I have the Rush CD, it's probably a different pressing, so I'll want that anyway. So you can't go wrong. He's like, "What do you want for your birthday in 6 months? Give me a Rush CD or something Wallace and Gromit. You really can't go wrong. I won't be
Yeah.
mad about it."
Dude, that 4K set in the briefcase is so cool.
I almost got it. I think it's sold out now for sure. It's it's not even like a third of as big as it is in the UK as here. Like no one cares about it here. In the UK, it's fucking huge. Everyone loves it over there in England and shit. But yeah, so check out Wallace and Gromit. Check out all those other films as well, ladies and gentlemen.
It's still available for pre-order, $120.
Maybe. I'm saving money for my trip coming up.
No, I feel you.
See what I keep saying returning the PK because all we do is talk about movies, but that's what Dick Masterson on Biggest Problem last week. He's like, oh, all right, Vito, you're turning the PK where all they do is talk about fucking music or movies and make me feel sad, or like, because he's like, their all lives are all sad. That's what he says. He's on there all the time, and I love how real they are. Well, Vito will be like, all Kyle does is sit inside and smoke weed. He's a fucking loser now that he lost his shadow. He doesn't give a fuck, and he comes back on the next week or something.
Yeah,
I just think it's funny. Hey, I haven't watched
because they
PK.
ain't watching that shit.
I know. I haven't watched PK for almost a month now, and I feel so much better about myself.
I still watch it all the time. I'm still listening to old ones.
I know you still love it. Yeah, I'm done with.
I don't even love it. It's just something to put on.
The Biggest Problem, Dick Show, and Joey Diaz has my attention. I need to get a pair of headphones for work so I can listen to Joey.
You know whose podcast I really like is Whiskey Ginger, Andrew Santino's. I blew through all the ones I liked of the guests he had. I like his stuff. I'm not a big like into stand-up comedy, but I like him in the movies he's been in, and he's like bearable to talk to, and I think he's good at asking questions. So
I like that. Paul, we're a little bit over an hour. What do you think? Call it a show? What do you think?
I want to keep going a little bit. We have a couple more topics that I think we can cover.
Okay, got you. Well,
I want to talk about your car. Come on.
Fuck you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you know, wait, huh? Ruby's car trouble.
No, yeah. Down, feeling down. Ruby's car.
Can't do the same. It's got to be like a rap. You know, come on down to Ruby's car, take a seat. It might explode in your face. A little slam poetry. I don't know. Anyway, you know,
I've been awful.
Against. Fuck you. All right. At least try to harmonize with me, motherfucker. You know, ladies and gentlemen, I've been driving a Buick 1999 Century. You know, she's been going strong. Got her since I was 16. I'm 22 now, so about 6 years, 140,000 miles on it or something now at this point. Maybe more, probably more. I don't even remember.
A very poorly taken care of 1990 Century, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. This guy was fucking blowing res on the fucking dash and letting it hard, and it fucking stinked when I got in there. I couldn't touch anything.
Badly, shut up. Badly taking care of your car is not changing the oil, you faggot. I can write on it, draw and spray all types of rosin in my car. I'm just kidding. I don't mean to call you the F slur, but
no, I think it's funny because you called me that. But God.
I'm like, not changing the oil makes you a shitty car.
I know. I'm just giving you a hard time.
It's so funny. That might have to be a short where I added up F word. I just put F word. Not taking care of your car. You mean not changing the oil. I'm gonna edit it. You're pulling rosin all over the dash. That's okay. That's gotta be a short.
That's fucking funny. That's so all right. Anyways, continue. What the fuck's going on with this fucking paddy wagon you got over there?
So first of all, it's got to click in. Everyone knows it's
it needs a valve. It needs a valve adjustment or whatever.
It's the timing belt on those is always
the chain.
Like that. It's literally been running like that exact noise for 4 years.
I think they also have a timing chain.
Shane, do you know how many people come up to me, Paul, and say, "Hey, I think your car sounds bad," and I go, "You know how long that sounded like that?" And I go like this. 4 years. You don't know shit. When a homeless guy on the side of the road comes up to you while he's panhandling and tells you your car runs like shit, you know what I say? Well, you ran your life like shit, and then I drive away.
That's fucking horrible.
It happened to me twice, dude.
My car's got problems. Looks like you have some financial problems. Better find a place to stay tonight. You're just a fucking
and I drive away, and money comes out of my car. I swear, dude, at least 2 homeless guys with signs come up to me and go, "Bro, you need to get your car looked at, man. You need to get your dog looked at, bro.
You need fucking shoes." Like you're just like,
you don't have shoes. He's yelling at the next car. Jesus Christ! Oh my God. Anyway, okay. So my new issue with the car today, is when I brake, it goes, it makes a noise loud, like Paul. I'm really worried about it. It only happens when I brake, starts up, runs and drives just fine. But when I brake, it like warbles really, like something's like pushing back and forth metal really loud, and you can feel it. And dude, I'm a little worried to drive it, honestly, to be honest with you. It's a
Well,
little
yeah, then bring it to a shop.
I don't
I
wanna bring
thought
it
you
to
were talking motor problems, like it was gonna explode. Bring it to a shop.
the brakes are working, but it only happens about 80% of the time I brake, but I need to bring it to a shop, yeah, but I just don't have, like, money and time to do that right
I
now.
get you.
Um, I really need that car, so I might have my brother Max drive it and kinda just tell me if I should really bring it to a shop or not, or if Weston to take a look at it.
Sure.
Not asking him to repair it, but just asking him to be
I was
like,
gonna say,
"What's up?"
if it's something easy too, if you can get it over to Superior, we can fix it in my garage. If it has to
I
sit for a day
know.
or two, it can as well.
No, but it's actually to the point where I'm like, this isn't okay. This is like bad.
Yeah.
It really
Yeah.
needs to get but I have to go to work. I have to go to work tomorrow and I'm gonna have to drive it. So it's like fuck it. Whatever. Fuck it. We keep ducking. You just gotta do what you gotta do. So I'm a little worried. I'm really, really stressed about that, you know. It is what it is. Can't do shit about shit, you know what I mean? Hopefully it doesn't explode on me. But if it does, I already decided I'm gonna save up, and I'm just gonna I'm gonna do it, Paul. I'm gonna do what no one told me to. I'm gonna get a car payment, whatever. I'm gonna get the lowest one I can. I need to get a new car. Maybe I won't get a car payment, but I at least need to get a new car like soon.
See, that's the
Or
thing is I plan on buying a car in the spring. And it's like if yours can make it to there, I'll just give you the Buick for like $1,000.
Mm,
If you want. I've been
I don't know
hey,
if
I
they
put a
make-
lot of money into this car.
yeah, I don't know if they make it to then. Honestly, it's not
That's
looking
fair.
good. But even
Dude,
when
it
you look,
sounds like if it's a weird shuttering issue, it sounds like a tie rod or something.
probably is a tie rod, but it's still not good. And the way you wince like that, and you're like, it's like everyone kind of has that, like reaction to it, but it's like I gotta
I
do
know,
this.
you gotta do something.
I can't not have a vehicle, and I
Yeah.
can't go and drop
Yeah.
6 grand on a used car. I
Yeah,
just can't. Can't. So
well, do you have 6 grand to put towards a payment?
I have money, but
Yeah.
like I don't know.
Because
We'll see.
yeah, I was gonna say just get like a 2010 car that has like 100,000 miles on it. Fucking
I
that's
know.
under 10 grand, and then just like put a few grand down and then just pay it off.
I know. That was my plan, honestly. I'm gonna have to because I need a car. I can't not have a vehicle. I like the
Yeah,
independence, and I don't know how I'm gonna get to work, so I'm a little worried about that, but I'll figure it
you'll
out.
figure it out. Otherwise,
Yeah, or
just hit up dad.
I'm not gonna make him drive me at 6 in the morning. He's such an asshole move. Anyway, yep, car trouble, super anxiety. I'm gonna drive it later, right after this cast. I'm leaving. So if you don't hear from me, Paul, this could be the death episode.
That's terrible.
I'm going off the ledge in Woodland
It's
Ave.
gonna be a black and white thumbnail, and it's gonna be you and the Buick smiling, and it says like a date range. It's
No, it's gonna
terrible.
be us pointing the guns at the lady, right?
That's
Is that
horrible. Fucking Mrs. Pickles fucking screaming. Ah!
You can't just say it's terrible and then call her Mrs. Pickles. You fucking Jesus Christ, Miss Pickles.
What?
Ba ba bum bum ba ba
Dude,
ba.
people call me the great value Andrew Tate. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, but you weren't shot to death.
But who knows? That could happen to me.
That could happen. That could happen.
What if that's how I die? What if I get shot to death?
Well, I hope not. Anyway, that's all I got from my car, except for Paul. When I take it in the mechanic, it's gonna be really hard to explain all the graphic writing on my car, like "suck a dick with AIDS" on the tip. I have a gun and I'm schizophrenic. I am drunk and have AIDS. I'm gonna inject you with AIDS. I kill
The
babies.
cop pulls you
Uh,
over and you have Sharpie on your steering wheel. I have a bomb. It's or whatever.
that may be written on my car somewhere, not on the steering wheel though. But there's drawings all over it. There's rosin all over the dash. It's never been cleaned. No, that's clean. That's off there.
You remember my Ford Taurus wagon, my first car?
Yeah.
When I sold that car, I totally forgot about this, and the people that bought it from me saw it, and they laughed. Luckily, one of my friends had a label maker,
Yeah.
and he was just obsessed with it. I think he stole it from his job, and he was printing out labels and putting it everywhere you could think of: stop signs,
friends do
fucking
that.
people's desks, whatever, like at school, like. And so he printed out "Smoke Meth, Hail Satan" and put it on like the B pillar bridge of my car on the outside, and it stayed there forever, even through like 2 winters. They buy the
Yeah.
car and I forget it's there, and they're looking at the exterior like, "What's this? Smoke meth, hail Satan!" And then like the girlfriend and the boyfriend started actually laughing, and I'm like, "Oh my
I
god."
I remember those people actually. So they look like the type of people that would.
Yeah, they weren't. I mean, let's just say this: they showed up to buy my car in pajamas, okay,
You know what I
and
said
they
as
stunk like cigarettes.
when I walked home, well, when I walked into the door coming home from school and they were standing there and he said greetings to me and then they left.
Greetings,
I this is for real. I remember this all.
greetings.
I said deadbeats as they left, and Dad and you go, "Oh, that's not nice. That's terrible. They're nice people." I
Deadbeats.
right hand to God, that's what I said when I was like 12 or whatever. However old I was, probably older than that. But um, I, am I wrong in the thought that I don't want to bring it to a mechanic at all to get it repaired unless it's like if it's gonna cost me like $600, but it would save me from buying a new car, right? You know what I mean? But also that $600 could go towards a new
Let's
car.
talk about it after the show. We'll
Yes.
wrap it up here in a second. We'll talk about it. I did have kind of one more topic, but you know what? We'll just talk about it next week. I think we could just call it a show now. But,
Yes.
yeah, go ahead. Wrap
All
it
right.
up.
Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, all that jazz. Want to get a gutter ball? Again, the best way to get a hold of us, Instagram and the business Gmail. That is in the description below. Again, Halloween episode, October 31st will be coming out. We got a couple guests joining us, a couple new ones, a couple old. It's going to be a blast. Drunk costumes. Awesome. I'll let Paul take it from here, but I appreciate you watching thus far. Again, thank you. I love you.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in today. This is a bit of a spicy one. Again, don't take us seriously. This is a comedic show. We don't hate. We love everybody and hate everybody equally here. Thank you so much for tuning in to Gutterball 122. Look out for that Halloween special. It will be coming out next week. We will have guests on, costumes. It'll be a drinking episode. We're hoping to have a grand old time. And right now, as of now, it's going to be a new guest you guys have never seen before as part of the guests coming on. So thank you so much, everybody, for listening. That was Gutterball 122. Have a great weekend. Wahaha! Wahaha!